So guys, welcome to the second chapter of project management. We have already completed our chapter number 1. Where we have discussed the various basic things, basic concept like what is project is, what the project is, what is the project management, what are the various examples of projects, why projects are initiated, what are the importance of project management, who is project manager, what is his responsibility, what is his job. Also, we have seen about the just basic meaning of project process group. Means what are the different stages of project management process group. And also we have completed the first chapter with the 3 constraint of project management. If you have missed that class, let me tell you that you can go back and you can see that chapter number 1 videos are available in 2 sessions, 1 and 2, or in 2 part, 1 and 2 part, where you can get a basic idea. At least one, it might be required for the various examples, for the purpose of various importance, for the purpose of characteristics of the project management, so that you get a foundation for this particular chapter. And this chapter, second chapter, is talking all about the project management process group. You see, in this session, we are going to cover this 3 basic things, like what is a project management process group, what are the different stages, and each stage what are the main activities. Then we will move to the product life cycle and project life cycle. What are the basic difference between the project life cycle and product life cycle? Sometimes I observed that the students are confused about the project life cycle and product life cycle. Which one is longer, which one is shorter, which one is the part of which one. And finally we will cover this, or we will complete this session and this chapter with the reasons of project failure. There are the various reasons. Some general reasons are there which is observed, and there are some reasons which is done, which has been found by the research that these are the main reasons for any project failure. So let us go further and see one by one, starting from the project management process group. As you know, as we have seen in our last session, that project management processes has been bundled into 5 groups, and these groups are called project management process group. 5 group, in a sense, as per the PM book, as per the project management book of knowledge, it has been divided into the 5 different groups, which is called as project management process group. First one is the initiating, second one is the planning, third one is the executing, fourth one is the monitoring and controlling, and fifth one is the closing. You see, each and every step has some specific activities, and when the first thing is completed, we are moving to the second, then we are moving to the third, then we are moving to the fourth, then we are closing the project. Basically, in the project, it doesn't mean we cannot go back. We can go back, but we cannot do the activities which is the part of planning in the initiating. So the meaning is that one, that every process group has their own specific objective, has their own specific activities. Like in case of initiating, you see there are the 5 things which is written over here. But let me tell you what is the basic meaning of initiating. Basic meaning of initiating is only 2 things. First, in the initiating, we are saying that what is the need of this project. Means, first we will identify the business need. Like suppose if I want to start a new business, so it's a project for me until business has been started. If I want to start a new product into an existing business, it's a project for me until product will become a part of a system. Also, if I want to upgrade the product, so upgrading, say the process of complete upgrading is a project until it will become the product, new product or the change product, and then it will become the part of a system or a business. So the first thing is identifying the business need. Why this project is required, for the purpose of increasing your business, for the purpose of relocating your business, for the purpose of expanding your business, for the purpose of competitive advantage, for the purpose of moving to the global global business, or for the purpose of shifting from one business to another business. What is your need is basically, this need can be a very small need where we require a small project. This can be a need, can be a big need where we require a big project or more than one project also. So identifying business need is the part of initiating process group. Then creating a feasibility study. Feasibility study means, okay, this is my need, but whether it is feasible, whether it is possible, whether it is, if I will do this, is going to be benefited for me. This type of study is also done by or done in an initiating process group. Feasibility means if I think that there is a need of another building, so construction of a building for the business, it's a project. Is it feasible now? Is it possible now? Do we have that much of money? Do we have that much of labor? Do we have that much of time? So that, or what is going to be benefited after that one? So feasibility study is also then creating a project charter. Project charter means what are the, how to make a project bidding. We are making the project charter especially for the bidding, when sometimes clients, big clients like UN, like WTO, like some other educational institution or government, when they are giving a project, they are asking into a bidding process. So that creating a project charter, we have the idea of creating a project charter, how to go for the bidding, how to win the project. So in that case, that is also there. Selecting a project manager. Basically, students are confused. Selecting a project manager, they are thinking that selecting a project manager is the part of planning. Actually, it is not. Selecting a project manager, who is the main person, who is the captain, is the part of initiating stage. And creating a product description means what type of product is you are planning to make. Is it a new product, existing product, modification is there, what type of product? So one image must be there when we are creating a product or when we are planning. So in the initiating process group, the main activities are need identification, feasibility study, selection of the manager, like this one. When the company or when the things has been done, we are moving to the second stage, which is called as planning process group. You see, since beginning, you know that the planning is all about writing the things which is going to be happen. Means what you are going to do in the executing stage, what you are going to do in the action phases. You have to write all the things. Means we have to define the scope, what this project is going to be benefited, where this project is going to be benefited, to whom this project is going to be made, for what area this product is going to be, what is the limitation of this project, who are the client of this project, for how many years this project is valid. So this scope, benefits, limitation, this type of scopes we have to define in a written form. That is the part of planning. We have to define, or we have to also give the sequence to the activities. Suppose I have, or this, for this project we have the 5 or 7 different activities. So what are the different activities? We have to define them, and also we will give the sequence. Which one is the first activities, second activities, third activities, fourth, as per their term. Also we will estimate the resources, like how many people we require. And we have to create the schedule, where we will define, like this project is for the 12 months. So in first month what we will do, in second month what has to be completed, in third month what are the things which must be completed. So this schedule is also the part of planning process. And of course estimating the cost and determine the budget. So all these things, like scope definition, like the requirement definition, like the planning for the time, requirement for the people, requirement for the cost, determining the budget, these all things must be written so that it will give the guideline for all the next activities. And also it is also known as roadmap for the project execution. So after initiating, we have done the planning, where we have write all the things which we are supposed to be done. And third process group is executing process group. This is the actual work. Means as per the plan, we have to do the action. Like in planning phase, we have decided that we require 50 people for this particular project. So acquiring those 50 people, giving them responsibility and managing those team, of course by the managers, is the part of executing. Why I'm saying this one? Because again, the confusion was like this, or confusion is like this. Students are saying, or students are thought of like that, about the requirement identification of the people and getting them to the job, giving them the task is the part of planning. No, it's not like that. In the planning, we only decide how many people we require in this particular things, and we will say, we will write all the things, how many people, who is the project supervisor, who will be the sub supervisor, superintendent, everything we have written over there. So according to that one, when we are acquiring the people, we are developing by giving them the role and responsibility. Then when we are managing those things, they are the part of executing. I hope you understand. Then perform quality assurance. Quality assurance over here is, you can also say, the when we are doing the actual action, it must be as per the plan. So assurance or the standard means whatever the standard we have set, whatever the expectation we have in the planning stage which is written, it must be go as per that one. And manage stakeholder expectation. We all know that a stakeholder are all those people who are involved directly or indirectly in the project. It may be our team, it may be my parent company, it may be the client, it may be the other customer, it may be the society, it may be the environment, it may be the bank, it may be the supplier, whoever is there who is directly or indirectly involved in that one. Whatever their expectation is, we have to try to manage them. Like if bank is providing us the loan, we are taking care that every month or every time to time, whenever is there, installment must be completed. If customer is expecting that I must have get the feedback time to time, it must be given to him. If parent company was expecting that every time report is coming to me, so we have to give them. If supplier is expecting that whenever I am providing the materials, I will get my due on time. So this is called as the manage stakeholder expectation, and we are trying to do in the executing process, action things. And distributing project information. Project information means about the project task, what is going on, what will be the next, or what has been happened, whether it is going as per the plan or not, discussing among the people to resolve the conflict, discussing with the client and giving him the report time to time, whether the what is the progress to make more confidence, also giving the information. So you remember one thing I told you in the last time, 90% of the project manager work is expending in the communication part. So executing summary is like that. This is the actual action process. We are doing all the things as per our plan, as per the standard set which has been set in the planning. Also here we will try to make the quality product. Whether we are able to make the quality product or not, we will see in the fourth step, but we try to make it as per the standard, and where the standard is set in the planning. And also we have to distribute the information among the team, among the client, between the different type of stakeholders. So this is about the third one. Then monitoring and controlling process group. You see, sometimes what happens, it is saying that it is the next of executing, but what happens sometimes we have completed all the things, then we start the monitoring and controlling. Sometimes during the part of execution, like we have finishing one part of the action, then we will check. Then again we have completed the second part of the action, then we will check. That's why project is also called as phases are what you call as overlap. Means third phase, then again fourth phase, or third and fourth page is started together, or some part of the third page is completed and fourth phase is started. Sometimes we go back to the planning and do some changes there. So it's a 5-phase process, but sometimes overlap is also possible, and sometimes going back is also possible. Like in case of monitoring and controlling, what is the basic meaning of monitoring and controlling means? As we try to make as per the standard, as we try to do the action as per the standard which is set in the planning, here we are checking whether the standard is going or not. That checking is known as monitoring. If it is not going as per the standard, as per the planning, we have to control the things. Like ensuring quality control, whatever we have standard is there, we will see that one. Providing a scope verification, whatever our expectation for the benefit, we have to check. And it is, if the project is small, we may check after the complete action. If the project is very complex, we have to see after every sub-project completion. Then implementing change control. If there is any change control is there. Also, we have to control the things which is limited, like the resources. We have to control the cost, we have to control the schedule, we have to control the scope, and we will check the monitoring and controlling risk. So this is the basic meaning of monitoring and controlling. Monitoring, seeing, checking. If it is going smoothly, if it is going as per the standard, let it be. If not, control it. So after the fourth step, the final step is closing process group. As we all know, project must be closed. If it is successful, very well done, thank you very much. If it is not like that, anyhow we have to give some extension. If even after extension, if we are not able to complete the project as per the plan, it means project is failure. And that closing process group has the things, whatever the things we have to close each and everything. Like activities related with the suppliers, close it. Related with the procurement activities, close it. Related with the scope verification, check it and close it. Giving customer its project, submission of the project to the customer, submission of the report to the client. Then the team has been dissolved and peoples are going to their original places, and try to see whether we have achieved or not. If we are achieved, celebration must be there. If not, we will learn the things and we will go further. So this is all about the 5 phases of project management process group: initiating, planning, implementing, monitoring and controlling, and finally closing the process group. I hope you understand all the things. The basic thing is that you should know the keywords. If I'll ask you where the scope definition is there, it must be there in the planning phase. Where is the selection of manager is there? Selection of manager is there in the initiating phase. So these type of things, we have to know what are the key things, what are the key activities we are doing in each process group. Further moving, the second part of this chapter is about the difference between project and product lifecycle. Till now, whatever we have done, I hope you understand various things and you can easily differentiate between the project and product lifecycle. Basically, let me tell you one thing, the both are not same. So differences obviously are there, and also you cannot say there is no relation between these two. There is a relationship. Every project has different product. Every product has different project. Sometimes we have started during one product life, we have started many projects. Okay, let us see one by one. Like the product life cycle is longer than project life cycle. I hope there is no confusion about this one. Why? Because generally, or in maximum cases, more than 99% cases, projects are basically for a short period of time, like 12 months, 6 months, 8 months, 2 years, 5 years. Some projects which are very complex is going on for the 20 years. But what about the product? When a company is launching a product, he is expecting that product is going for the long time. So even if the product is not very good, it will go for the 20 year, 30 year or 40 year. If product is very good, it may go for the 100 year or 200 year. So in general, we can say the product life cycle which have the 4 phases are having a longer life than a project life cycle. The second thing, the project life cycle has a definite end while the product life cycle may not. Obviously, like we have to start the project, we have to complete the project, so that the project will become the part of a product, or project will become a product, or it will become a part of a system, so that we can get the benefit from it. So if you want to complete it, we have already defined. So this project will require this much of time, this project will require this much of money, this project will require this much of labor. So this definition is there. So end must be properly defined. But in case of product life cycle, we don't know. We know that they have the going through the different phases. But when the product will win, it is not our decision. Also, the product life cycle has a single and multiple project. Means within a product, a life cycle is going on. Like in the introduction phase, we have the one project. Means we have started a project of starting a new product. So that when it has been completed, one product has been started, then the introduction stage. During the introduction stage, there is no other project. Then when this product is going to the growth stage, we may start another project of starting a new product. So when the first product is going to the maturity stage, we may do some changes in this product. So changing in this product and again starting a new project. So within a product life cycle, we may have the more than one project, maybe 2 projects, 3 projects, or more than that. So that the complete business cycle must be going on. Or for the purpose of like we want to go with this particular one product to a different country. So going to a different country, going to the global, process of going to the global is also a project. So starting a new branch, starting a new offices. So these all are a project for one particular product life cycle. The map of the product life cycle is somehow fixed or somehow conceptual. Means introduction stage is there, then growth is there, then maturity is there, then decline is there. So they have the different years, they have the different what you call as the time frame. But that one is somehow we depend upon the market conditions. Sometimes because if market is good, our growth potential or our growth stages are going to be good for the long time. Maturity is going for a long time. Sometimes when market condition is not good, it directly or maturity stage are finished early and it moves to the decline stage. But on the project, it is clearly defined and predictive that this project has been started for this month. It is going to be completed in this month. This project has to be finished within 12 months, 1 year, 2 year, whatever that one. And each phase is clearly defined. This phase has to be allotted for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. So that is also one of the differences. Other things, the product life cycle phases do not overlap. Means when the introduction has been completed, then it moves to the growth. When growth has been completed, then it moves to the maturity. Then after completion of maturity, decline. Then product is completed. But in sometimes we have seen, not always, but sometimes we have seen, like when we are doing the initiating stage of project, we also have doing the monitoring and control. So third and fourth started together. Overlap is there. Sometimes when we realize there is some change, some changes in the planning, so we go back and we do some changes in the planning. So that is the meaning of the product life cycle phases do not overlap while project phases may overlap. So these are some basic reasons, or these are some basic differences. Like in the product life cycle, phases generally occurs only once, while the product life cycle phases may repeat. We may repeat the phases of what you call as the planning. We may repeat the phases of implementing. We may repeat the phases of monitoring and control time to time. In the product life cycle, phases are sequential, first, second, third, fourth, while the product life cycle may or may not be sequential. Generally it is sequential, but sometimes it is not compulsory to always be sequential. And this is the summary. Although the project life cycle and product life cycles are different, but they are related to each other in most of the cases. The project lifecycle can be the part of one or more product lifecycle phases. In the project lifecycle, you develop or enhance the product, while product lifecycle include everything related to the product. So I hope you understand what are the difference between project and product lifecycle. Let us move to our last part of today's lecture, or the second chapter: why projects often go wrong, or why projects are fail. You see, there are various reasons for the failure of the project. Some of them are written over here. Let me tell you in a very simple way why projects are often go wrong, or why projects are failed. See, when you are first foremost important thing is that getting the right people, or not getting the right people, or unable to get the right people at the right time for the right project is one of the reasons for the project failure. Like, we require a project manager who has experience in civil engineering to doing the project related with the development of or construction of a different 4 or 5 bridges or 4 or 5 building, and we don't have that type of person. We have a person who has experience of IT, we have the person who have the experience of technology, and we make him the manager for that. He may be successful, but the chances for failure is high than successful. So getting the right people at the right time for the right purpose for the right project is a challenge, and if we are not able to do that one, it is also one of the reasons for project failure. Inappropriate technologies are using for the purpose of project. It may be the software, it may be the machineries, it may be the technique, it may be the methods, whatever the things which we are applying to develop our project. If it is inappropriate, maybe our project will delay, maybe our project will not complete as per the demand of the customer, maybe it cannot be as efficient as we are expecting, or as efficient as it must be there in the market, so that compete with other competitors. So inappropriate technology, use of inappropriate technology. Inappropriate means maybe the old technology we are using. Inappropriate technology may be the technology which is not accurate, we are using that one. It may be the scale, it may be the machinery, it may be the measurement things, it may be the supportive methods. Inadequate support system, infrastructure include everything, means your team also, your support from the management, getting the things on time from the supplier. So if the inappropriate support system is there, that is also make the project delay, and delay project is treated as a failed project. Failure of appropriate social environment. It may be concerned with the environment. Sometimes protection is there against the project, because people think it may hamper their society, it may hamper their social life, or it may be the security concern, sometimes threat from the different groups. So this type of things is also reasons why projects often go wrong. Administrative problem, not able to control the people, not able to control the fund, not able to control the things as per the plan. So this is also the adverse policy environment. Means there is mismanagement is there from a client's, from a parent company side, from the manager side, from the other people side, and also not able to make the conflict management. Let me add you one more things why project go often wrong. Sometimes what happen, there is a conflict between client and the parent company. Client always want the best product or the best project at the least price. Parent company wants the maximum benefit from a obviously good product, but its purpose, means parent company purpose is to make the maximum profit. Client want a maximum best product at the less price. So this conflict is also sometimes making the problem, which may be the delay, which may have also happened with the project going delay, and finally it will be fail. And another thing is that when the manager is unable to understand the client demand, this is one reason. Or if he understand, he is not able to convince or not make his team understand what the customer actually want. Let me show you one picture. You see here, there is typically a company who is making a software, and the first diagram is showing that the what customer wants. Second diagram, how the project manager or project leader understand. Third one is saying what he said to his team. Then the fourth one is what his programmer understand. Then like that one, what his coder understand. Then what the people made it. For sometimes they are confused. Again, finally, what the client got. You see the last diagram, or what is expectation, the first diagram. Totally different. So when project manager is unable to understand client demand or client expectation, or he may not able to convince, or he may not able to make understand his team about the client expectation about the product, so that is also the reasons for the product failure. So after understanding what are the some general reason, basic reasons for the project failure, let me tell you what are the survey results are saying. Many research has been done. On the basis of those research, these are the many reasons, like poor stakeholder management, inappropriate or inaccurate objective and scope, inaccurate requirement definition, not aligned with the group strategy, lack of change management, poor project. So these are the various reasons as per the survey, as per the research which has been conducted. So here we will see the top 4 reasons or top 3 reasons. Like the first reasons, which has been sub 20%, is saying the poor stakeholder management. Means when a project manager or project team is unable to manage the stakeholder means when he is not able to understand the client demand. It also include when he is not able to fulfill the vision of the management, that is also there. When he is not able to get the product on time from the supplier, or he is not able to get the suppliers relationship between the suppliers or the vendor or the bank. This type of poor management, poor stakeholder management is the first reason as per the survey, which has a 20%. Second reason is inaccurate objective and scope. When objective is not defined properly, means what will be the purpose of this project, what will be the scope of this project, where this project is going to be benefited, what are the client, what is the limitation for this project, for how many years we are going to use this project, what will be the next step of this project. When the project is not, scope is not defined, objectives are not clear, objectives are changing time to time, scopes are always modified. So this thing or confusing regarding the objective and scope is the second largest reason for project failure, 17%. Third one is saying that the inaccurate requirement definition. Means when in the planning phase we are unable to define how many people we require, and changing our requirement, how many people we require, what are the cost, what are the time it will be required to complete, and we are changing the things regarding the all the resources. It may be the land, it may be the labor, it may be the capital, it may be the time, it may be anything which may be required. It must be clearly defined. If not, if changing is there, if confusion is there, if inaccurate or inappropriate definition regarding the requirement is there, so it is also the one of the or third major reason for the project failure. And also you can see about the fourth, not aligned with the group strategy, then lack of change management, poor project initiation and planning. So these are the some major reasons why project failure as per the survey result. I hope you understand this total chapter. In this chapter we have discussed about the 3 things, starting from the project management process group, where we have the 5 stages. Then we have discussed about the project lifecycle and product lifecycle differences, and we have completed this session and this chapter as well with the reasons of project failure. Is there any confusion? We can discuss in the classroom also. So I hope you will come to the class after seeing this video so that you have the better understanding. So thank you very much and best of luck for your next class.